Luke chapter 21, the widow's offering. And here it reads, as he looked up, Jesus saw the rich putting their gifts unto the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 very small copper coins. I tell you the truth, he said, the poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in all she had. And what Jesus is talking about the sacrifice that that woman made. Many of these wealthy people, their faith is in their wealth. It's in the money, in the earthly possession, rather than in the God that blessed them with that earthly possession. But here, this woman who had nothing, she put forth everything that she had. And what is that a show of? It's a show of faith, trust, and sacrifice. It's not about the money you put down. It's not about what you put down, but rather it's about what's behind the heart, what's behind the spirit that the Lord is looking for. So this woman who gave every single thing she had, she inadvertently put her trust, no, not inadvertently, but she meticulously put her trust in the Lord and said, Lord, I trust in you. I trust that you will provide for me. So I'm willing. I trust you, and I have the amount of faith in you that I am willing to sacrifice what I have in order to please you, in order to give what you will give back to me in abundance. Oftentimes we say, well, what does that have to do with tithing? Well, the thing is about tithing is that the Lord is not asking you to harm yourself. He's not asking you to give your absolute last. No, sometime he may, in order to bless you with something greater. Sometime the Lord wants you to sacrifice something so small so that way he can bless you with something so grand. Now, oftentimes a lot of people say, well, let me tithe $10,000. Yeah, because if I don't, I'm going to feel bad. The Lord is not asking you to do what makes you feel bad. The Bible even says, Paul even says, when he writes in the Bible, he says, the scripture goes, I'm paraphrasing here. It goes, when you fast, do not fast like the hypocrites. Do not disfigure your faces and go up to people and say, oh, look at me, look at me. But instead, put oil in your face and fast in secret so that way your Father sees what you are doing. The Bible also says, when you give in secret, so that way your Father sees you doing. Don't give and then tell everybody that, hey, I gave. That is your reward in that. See, when the Lord is asking for a sacrifice from you, he's not going to ask for much. Why? Well, because the sacrifice has already been paid for. The sacrifice is already done through Jesus on that cross. What Jesus is asking you, he's asking you to put forth your faith, your trust, and put forth down the earthly possessions and the earth and the things that you put forth, like you put forth trust in your money or your power and what you have. Throw that all away, turn away from it, and put forth your trust in what is truly the source of what makes you abundant, and that is God the Father. And that's why Jesus says, I tell you the truth, the poor widow has put more than all the others. All these people gave the gifts of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in all she had to live on. Wow.